Imagine, for a second, a kingdom that was once a powerhouse on a continent. Now imagine its entire history, all its stories, its artifacts, its very identity, is on the brink of just vanishing. Well, today, we're looking at a pretty high-stakes mission to save that exact legacy before it's gone for good.
So that's the big question, isn't it? When a culture's physical history is being attacked by everything from climate change to just a simple lack of resources, where do you even begin? How do you build a lifeline to the future? Okay, let's dive right in. We are talking about the Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom. And you have to understand, for centuries, we're talking from the 13th all the way to the 19th, this was one of the most influential kingdoms in all of East and Central Africa. Its reach was huge, stretching way across modern-day Uganda and even beyond. And look, this isn't just some ancient history that's locked away in books. For the Bunyoro people today, this heritage is a living, breathing source of their identity. It's literally the foundation of their culture, and it's a vital piece of the region's incredible diversity. So you've got this amazing historical grandeur on one side, but on the other side, it's facing what is basically a perfect storm of modern threats. We're talking about everything from the long-lasting effects of colonial meddling to the immediate dangers of looting, climate change, you name it. All of it risks erasing this legacy completely. So what exactly is at stake here? Well, the kingdom's heritage can really be broken down into two essential categories. And what's interesting is that each one needs a totally different kind of rescue mission. Think of it like two sides of the same cultural coin. You've got the tangible heritage, that's the physical stuff you can actually see and touch, like archaeological sites or royal artifacts. But then there's the intangible heritage, and that's the living soul of the culture. It's the stories, the language, the rituals that only exist in people's memories and actions. And if you lose that, the physical artifacts start to lose their meaning. And this living heritage includes things like the Bunyoro language itself, these really unique Mpako praise names that are given to every child, and the incredibly detailed oral histories of the entire Kitara Empire. I mean, these are traditions you just can't put in a museum case, which makes them frighteningly fragile. So, if the threats are modern, well, maybe the solution is too. And this is where things get really cool. This is where technology steps in, not as some vague, fuzzy idea, but as a very specific set of tools for what is essentially a digital rescue mission. The whole game plan is about matching the right technology to the specific need. So for every type of heritage that's at risk, there's a tool that can help. You can use 3D scanning to create these perfect digital blueprints of ancient sites, or high-res imaging for delicate pottery, and of course, audio and video recording to capture those priceless oral traditions before they fade away. The process really boils down to 3 clear steps. First, you capture it. You create a perfect digital twin. Second, you make it so people can experience it, using things like virtual reality so anyone, anywhere in the world can explore it. And finally, you protect that digital copy for the long term, using cutting-edge tools like smart sensors and even blockchain. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Blockchain? Sounds complicated. But in this context, just think of it as a permanent, unfakeable digital certificate of authenticity. It proves who owns a piece of digital heritage, which is absolutely critical for preventing something called a data grab. That's basically a kind of digital colonialism, where outsiders can just copy, patent, and profit from a community's culture without their permission. But, having all the right tools is really only half the battle. This technology, as amazing as it is, introduces a whole new set of really complex, very human challenges that have to be handled super carefully. And this, right here, is the million-dollar question. When you create a digital copy of a sacred artifact or a private ritual, who owns it? Who gets to control it? Who profits from it? The answers are anything but simple. And this is really where the hard work begins. You see, the biggest hurdles here aren't about the resolution of a 3D scan. They're about ethics and ownership. The solution isn't just more tech, it's community control. It's about putting the Bunyoro people themselves in the driver's seat and giving them the training and the power to manage their own digital legacy. So, with all these challenges on the table, what's the path forward? Well, the good news is this isn't just a hopeful idea. There's a concrete, actionable blueprint for how to make this a reality. The strategy is smart. You don't try to do everything at once. It kicks off with small pilot projects to build a really solid foundation, and then it scales up from there. But the crucial part is phase 3, sustainability. That's where you develop things like virtual tourism to actually generate revenue that can fund this preservation work for generations to come. So, what this all adds up to really is a complete paradigm shift. This is a total game changer. It's no longer just about saving old things from decaying. Ultimately, this is the real goal. It's about transforming the past into a powerful engine for the future. It's about making sure that the memory of the Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom doesn't just survive in some digital archive, but that it actually thrives as a living, breathing asset for cultural pride, for education, and frankly, for the entire world.